How's it going, everyone? We are coming up on the release of the long-awaited PlayStation 5 version of Delta Force. Will also be available on Xbox, but we are getting updates ahead of its August 19th release, and now we have the console overview trailer, and I do have some other key points that I do want to cover in this video about the PlayStation 5 release of Delta Force. Obviously, it's going to see some comparisons to Battlefield, but Delta Force is free to play. Obviously, there will also be in-game microtransactions and things of that nature. Any multiplayer game these days is going to have that, especially a free-to-play title, but we do have some insight on the game. Delta Force is coming to consoles on August 19th, and the studio is incredibly excited to welcome players to the latest installment of the legendary shooter franchise. With the release of Delta Force on consoles, you can expect two highly dynamic and action-packed game modes, Warfare and Operations. Warfare is the classic game mode that, if you're familiar with Delta Force, you're gonna feel right at home, and it's a tribute to past titles, offering players a dynamic roster of maps to enjoy all-out war experience with vehicle play and counter-infantry combat and much more. Then you have the Operations component, and that puts the player in the boots of an elite Delta Force in a modern extraction shooter title. Players can play solo, and you can team up while experiencing its thrilling PvE moments, and also the faithfully rebooted Black Hawk Down campaign will be available on consoles. Now, that did release as free DLC. I will say, it wasn't received all too well on PC, because that free DLC came out back in February of this year on PC, but wasn't received all too well, but it is free. It's a rebooted Black Hawk Down campaign, and console gamers will be able to relive that in the format of free DLC to relive the 1993 battle. Now, Virtuous Studios actually closely worked with the development studio of Delta Force to optimize and materialize the version of Delta Force on consoles. Being a highly dynamic shooter, obviously you want the frame rate to be at absolute tip-top performance, and the game will be running at 60 frames per second, and they noted that there's not gonna be a lot of frame dips, that it's a stable 60 frames per second with almost no frame rate drops is the exact verbiage used, so that's going to be incredibly impressive. On top of that, with the console release, you've got adaptive trigger support. Every shot in the game will feel even more impactful, satisfying, giving players an even more immersive experience throughout the game. And to ensure a smooth and enjoyable experience for console players, there were adjustments that were made to the UI and the interface, so it'll be more designed with a console and controller in mind. You've got focus-based navigation and easy access buttons, so players can easily perform all of the frequent in-game actions at the press of a button. For Operations, they've also introduced auto inventory sorting when bleeding, making the experience much more convenient. And as for input, they created a fully remappable control system with multiple presets, adding sensitivity and dead zone settings, and fine-tuned haptics for weapons, vehicles, and abilities. All of this is designed to ensure the controls feel smooth and intuitive, giving players a great gameplay experience that is designed with consoles in mind and optimized for consoles in mind as well. They also do have a lengthy Q&A section on their page going over some other information about the console release of the title. As far as, like I said, the target frame rate and resolution, they noted, "We are well aware of the importance of graphic fluency for FPS players. On all platforms, the target frame rate is a native 60 FPS. The game will run at 1440p on PlayStation 5 and Series X and 1080p on Series S. Our team is also exploring the possibility of performance mode in a higher frame, hoping to provide in future updates this year. In addition, we are also happy to confirm that the FOV slider will be added in the official launch version, so that'll be available right out the gate." No mention about PlayStation 5 Pro enhancements, which is a bit of a bummer, but hopefully that comes out sometime down the line. What optimizations are planned for aim assist, which currently feels weak? We highly value the experience of aim assist and have received frequent feedback during the test. They did a technical test for the console version of the game. We are happy to share we will optimize aim assist in both modes to bring you a smoother shooting experience in the official launch. The movement of operators with a controller feels stiff. What optimizations will be made in this regard? Can we expect the addition of analog input? In the official version, players can linearly control the movement speed with the left stick in Warfare and can walk in silent mode by moving left and right, which will optimize the movement experience to some extent. We will continue to optimize the movement speed on controller in the future, so stay tuned. Also, we plan to fully support it in a future update. Partial support will be available by the time the game launches on console. What optimization will be made to the controller controller key bindings when it's officially launched. In the technical test, it's a bit too similar to the keyboard and mouse settings. The technical test already provides the controller mapping function. Players can freely bind single keys and combined keys. However, it is not recommended to use extreme binding methods. We will continue to optimize the key bindings logic in future updates to ensure consistent performance under various binding conditions. Managing the inventory with a controller feels tough. Will there be any optimizations? Adjustments are already underway. We fully understand the challenges of the inventory management on controller, and they already went over the auto management. We are actively developing new convenient features, optimizing navigations and shortcut keys to improve operational fluency. And that's been something that a lot of people have provided feedback on. The menu interface is a bit complicated. For the existing interfaces, we will make optimization to reduce the difficulty and unsmoothness for console players when navigating the menu. For the new content to be added in future updates, we will pay more attention to the console interface to ensure the efficient and user-friendly experience. Will the interaction of controller key bindings be optimized, such as the interaction method for opening containers? The official launch version will change the long press to short press for interaction. In future updates, we will continue to optimize the key bindings for interaction, allowing players to choose the interaction method that suits them. There were too many bots encountered in the test. What will be the arrangement for bots in the official launch? To improve the matching experience, we added bots in the technical test version last week. However, when the console version is officially launched, you don't need to worry about this. Most of your opponents and teammates in matches will be real players, bringing you excitement of intense confrontations. As far as language support goes, the official launch version will support multiple languages, including English, simplified Chinese, traditional Chinese, Russian, Turkish, Portuguese, French, Spanish, Japanese, Korean, German, and Arabic. We genuinely welcome console players from all over the world to experience Delta Force. Now, this is going to be a big one as far as how the game is going to be structured. Will there be servers set up in other regions such as Africa, the Middle East, and etc.? Like the PC and mobile version, we have servers set up all over the world, hoping to bring stable gaming experiences to global players, including in Africa and the Middle East. And as far as cross-platform play is concerned, we want to deliver a truly seamless cross-platform experience for players so they can effortlessly sync their progression between all platforms. As for crossplay, console players can choose to play with or against PC players, or they can choose to stay in the console exclusive queue. Why that is so important is that there has been quite the abundance of nefarious users on PC, cheaters, so hopefully if there are console exclusive queues, that'll mitigate that quite a lot, and you'll be playing with genuine players and actual people not cheating, so that is a great thing. Unfortunately, you would want cross-platform play to be something everybody just dives into, but if the PC sector of the game does have cheaters, that is a bit of a problem, and hopefully they'll get that ironed out as well. For FPS players, anti-cheat measures are crucial, especially in the console version. There is extra concern about the converter behavior of using devices such as mouse for unfair advantage. What measures will Delta Force take to deal with this? At present, our security team has taken targeted measures against cheating in controller and console scenarios. We will also continue to invest in game security and anti-cheating to create a fair and safe gaming environment for players from all platforms. And is there a difference in server tick rate between the PC version and the console version? The tick rate is consistent between PC and console. We have made multiple rounds of adjustments and tests on the aiming experience of the controller to strive for a balanced combat experience. Console players can also choose whether to match with players from other platforms, giving the choice to the players as we hope. So that is the entire FAQ section. I'll leave a link to that in the description box as well. Delta Force will be dropping on consoles on August the 19th. Now, they do have an option to pre-purchase the game. It's $9.99. That gets you a plethora of in-game items. No purchase, however, is required to play the game. If you do pre-order, you get 750 Delta coins, the M249 Immortal, Aerospace, Car 15 Atlantis, Premium Weapon XP Token times 2, and Intermediate Weapon XP Token times 5. So that's what you're going to get if you pay the $9.99, but the game itself will be entirely free, and again, drops on August the 19th. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts on Delta Force. Hey, are you going to check it out? Remember, given that it's a free-to-play game, you're not going to need PlayStation Plus either to play Delta Force, so keep that in mind. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.